All right. Twin Cities Sports Talk. We got a full Gophers episode right here. It is a beautiful, beautiful Friday right now. I'm just kidding. We're recording on the Thursday, people, but this is uploaded on the Friday. But either way, PJ Fleck is making moves. We're going to go over it right now and kind of go over some of the bigger pieces in the transfer portal because a lot has been happening. I've wanted to come on in the last few days and get over some stuff. Either way, I'm going to pop it up on the screen right now. Here we go. These are the top. This is Sam Leavitt, obviously Arizona State transfer quarterback. He's the top of the entire transfer portal right now. Sam Leavitt, big storyline there. He went on a trip to Tennessee today, and instead of leaving on his scheduled flight back home, he is deciding to stay there for an extra 2 days. So Tennessee fans, go Vols. Good things happening here. Sam Leavitt, come home. Everyone, if anyone knows me, they know I'm a huge Vols fan. Always have been. It's been a rough ride, I'll say that. But Sam Leavitt, that would be phenomenal. Brandon Sorsby was the second. He committed to Texas Tech last week. That's a big one, obviously. He had a great year with Cincinnati. He's going to have another great year with Texas Tech. They're just replacing Baron Morton. Drew Mestemaker, he had one of the best years in college football stats wise with North Texas. Had North Texas actually close to making the college football playoff. I will say Oklahoma State had a terrible year. I'm pretty sure they went 2-10 for all that I'm remembering.
Aren't they in like that they're not in a conference this year where they're playing random games, pretty much?
No, they were in the Big 12.
Oh, okay.
Either way,
I'm thinking Oregon State, I think.
Yeah, Oregon State. Yeah, they were in the Pac-12 with 2 teams, but next year the Pac-12 will have like 10 teams or 12, I think. They're reloading, but Oklahoma State is really reloading. North Texas's coach went there. Everyone's kind of following. This one is the biggest wide receiver, Cam Coleman, stud from Auburn. I haven't heard anything right now. Same with Chaz Coleman, the edge from Penn State. I haven't heard much of any visits these guys are on right now. So not much to go off of. But this one's a big one. Damon Williams Jr. I was just talking about, we were doing a Gophers schedule, like kind of run through after the season ended for next year. Then I was saying, well, Washington could be a bit of a threat with Williams staying. But I think 2 days ago, Damon Williams said he is out. Nothing really going on there, but he wants, I've heard that he has kind of like a set list that he's really going to choose from. James Smith, there's been nothing. And then obviously, I forget how to say this guy's name. Mateen Abirgaba. I don't know. But Texas Tech, he's the big.
Yeah.
It's iffy. He's the big one, big D lineman from Wake Forest. But here's one from the Gophers. We'll go through that in a bit. But Coy Parrish. But Amarian Miller, Colorado's top receiver, has committed to Arizona State. That happened today. This one was the huge one from today. DJ Legway, former 5-star recruit, top 5 recruit in his class. He committed to Baylor today. I've been talking about Baylor's quarterback Sawyer Robertson for a while. He's obviously done. A guy that I would actually love for the Vikings to draft maybe in the 7th round because that's probably where he will go. But Baylor completely reloads with DJ Legway, which his time with Florida really struggled. Maybe it was the tough environment, but taking a little bit of a step down going to Baylor. But I think he'll do great in Waco. And then obviously a couple of big ones, Deuce Knight along with Dylan Raiola, 2 quarterbacks, Deuce Knight being a freshman from Auburn, former 5-star there. That's going to be a hot name too. I haven't heard anything from Dylan Raiola. I don't know if you have, Trev, but
no, I know the only team I know he's interested in right now is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Pretty much. Mahomes copycat, yeah. Yeah, this one's the other one, Caleb Hawkins, the North Texas running back, who obviously that North Texas offense was very scary this year. He also went to Oklahoma State, so it's kind of what's happening with Penn State right now because I could go on here wherever it is, but Penn State has the number 1 transfer class right now because Campbell, Iowa State's coach that got hired there, he has taken 26 players from Iowa State over to Penn State. Iowa State had 46 players enter the transfer portal. Just insane. Did I lose Trevor? Oh, weird. You legged out there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, okay. Here's the other one. South Florida's Byron Brown. He committed to Auburn, so Auburn got their quarterback.
What I was going to say real quick for Raiola, you said you haven't heard much, right?
I haven't heard anything yet.
And I haven't followed it whatsoever, so I wouldn't know. But I wonder if that's almost a quick.
What the?
Sorry, my internet. You can hear me, right?
Yep.
Hello? You got me, right?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh my god. Anyways, I think I got you now. I was gonna say with Raiola, I almost wonder if he's just seeing what he's worth, and then he'll and then if not a strong market or whatever, just return back to your team.
Yeah, it's probably a good scenario there. Lance Hurd, this sucks for me, but big offensive tackle, great player from Tennessee. Nothing on him right now, but here's the other big wide receiver. Nick Marsh. Indiana has reloaded in their wide receiver room for next year with obviously Michigan State, Nick Marsh, big wide receiver, 6'3", 200 pounds. Rocco Beck, Iowa State quarterback. He is now Penn State's quarterback, along with a ton of other ones from Iowa State, along with tight end Benjamin Brahmer going to Penn State. Xavier Gilliam, the D lineman from Penn State, he's gone to Tennessee. This is the other big one. Big quarterback Josh Hoover, absolute gunslinger. He got that howitzer type arm. He has committed to Indiana. I'm not sure if we're going to get Trevor back here.
Sorry, I was.
Oh, are you?
I'm just checking my internet. No,
okay,
you're
okay,
good.
Okay.
Yeah. Keep going. I'm listening.
I just saw the black screen. So either way, Austin Simmons, quarterback from Ole Miss, who kind of lost his job to Trinidad Chambliss now. He's committed to Missouri, looking for that rematch, kind of, I guess, revenge to Ole Miss. And then one of the bigger running back names, Quintavion Wisner. He's gone to Florida State. And if I'm remembering, I'm pretty sure Hollywood Smothers. That was the other big one from NC State. He went to Alabama. So a lot of big names going, and it's moving very fast for a lot of these guys. But now we're going to go strictly Gophers. Guys who have came to the Gophers and guys that are trying to find their way out. And obviously the top one is Coy Parrish. You still hear Trevor? No.
Yeah, I'm in here now.
Okay. Coy Parrish, the only updates we've gotten. What was that?
Up with my camera, but keep going.
Okay. Coy has taken he has visits scheduled to Oregon and Texas Tech. I don't remember when those are, but two teams right now. Oregon's one that was on our radar. Obviously, Ohio State is one to watch too. I don't think Ohio State's reached out as of yet, which I guess is a good thing. If Coy had any chance of coming back, Texas Tech feels like a reach to me, but right now, not happening. Not a ton happening with the Coy Parrish, even with him being the top safety on the market. Definitely a question mark.
I guess that's got to be a good sign, right? If there's not
a
whole lot going on, maybe he's leaning towards coming back.
Yeah.
Hard to fault the guy, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, after you barely beat New Mexico in your bowl game, I don't blame him. Yeah. But testing out the waters. But I will say, I don't think they're like Cam Coleman for Auburn. There's obviously teams like reaching out, but there hasn't been like a ton of headway with some of the top guys. But it's definitely something to watch. I expected a lot more, especially, like I said, with him being the top safety on the market. Either way, kind of a weird situation, but we should be completely fine no matter what, because we have a bunch of defensive backs coming in, a lot of good options. But the one that I'm very excited about, and all Gophers fans should be excited about, Perry Thompson. This guy is going to be great. 6'3", 220 pounds from Auburn. He's a 4-star guy, one of the top receivers that we could have gotten out there. I did not see this happening one bit. His 2025 stats, he hasn't had the runway yet, but guess what? He still has 2 years left. So if things go well this year, because he was a sophomore last year, we'll have him for 2 years. Top 50 recruit in the class of 2024. So this is a great situation. And now we have our receiver room set with Jalen Smith, Perry Thompson, and then Javon Tracy announced that he's staying for another year. And then the young kid, Braden Stevens, the speedster out of KC, he'll probably get run as a true freshman just because of how quick he is. We've talked about him on the show before. and like Trevor and I, like we talked about it, actual like Usain Bolt numbers for like, it's not there, but it is incredibly close.
It's close
for Braden Stevens. So he'll probably get time as a true freshman, but our receiver room is filled out now. It is good. It's perfect, especially with this Perry Thompson. It rounds it out. But yeah, last year only had 17 receptions, 154 yards. He just wasn't one of the starters. It was Cam Coleman and a few others for Auburn, but also Auburn's quarterback situation was just in the pothole all year, really trying to figure it out there. And they really couldn't. So either way, Perry Thompson, great pickup by PJ Fleck. Phenomenal pickup. But then the next one you get on the list, another great pickup, 3-star edge, TJ Bush from California. Bush this year, he has 1 year left. He's going to be a senior next year. I think so. Let me read you his stats. In 13 games played, he had 40 tackles, almost 11 and a half TFLs, which we love to see that.
Yeah.
5.5 sacks and 4 quarterback hurries, 1 pass defense in his year last year with Cal. He's a great pass rusher, building up that D-line again. So, yeah, bigger body too, 6'3", 265 pounds. It's another great pickup. And then you go down, Zaquan Bryan, we talked about him. He committed to South Florida, so going for the tropicalness down there near Tampa.
I wonder if that's where he's from.
Might be. I think it is right, actually.
That would be my guess, because,
yes, that's probably.
Well, my thing is just
correct.
Right. You go from a Power 4 school, and it's not like the Gophers are bad. We're kind of a middle of the pack. We're not a bad team, but we really haven't done much to go over the hump to really solidify as a good Big Ten team. So yeah, I'm sure he's just returning home, which
I will say I'm excited because a lot of things are going right. If you can retain Coy, I mean, that would obviously be even better. But the PJ's recruiting classes have been getting better and better and better. Everyone knows him as just a great players coach. That's what he is. He's there for the players. He creates a fantastic environment. There's a reason why the leader in the Big Ten for sacks, Anthony Smith, is staying for his senior year instead of probably being like a 3rd-round draft pick in the NFL. There's reasons. There's a lot of good stuff. But the next one here, Aiden West, transfer from Michigan State, DB. So you lost Zaquan Bryan, Coy Parrish, and then actually I did forget to mention this one. Darius Green, another defensive back for us. He just committed to the draft, which I think Trevor and I and most Gophers fans could probably agree. Surprised, maybe making a mistake. He might come back after seeing. I don't think he'll get much interest, so maybe he comes back, but weird situation for sure. Either way, Aiden West, 5'11", 190 pounds. So 3 years of eligibility left. That's what I like most about him. So he's going into his sophomore year here, which means he didn't have a ton of runway last year, but he did play in 12 games, 19 total tackles, 1 pass defense, and 1 TFL. And he also had like a half a sack. So for his freshman season, 3-star recruit, I'm excited. Aiden West seems like a great piece to add, you know? And we'll just keep going here. Bennett Warren, one of the guys for Tennessee that I was hyped about, but I don't have to be mad about it because he's a beast. Offensive tackle, 6'7", 3-star recruit. He's 325 pounds, a huge kid. Went out of Tennessee and came here to be a Minnesota Golden Gopher. And if I can find him, I think he has 2 years of eligibility left. Yeah, 2 years of eligibility left for him. So yeah, Warren. And that's the great thing about these players, Trev, is like, I mean, it's not like a lot of these guys, we have them for more than 1 year.
Yeah, it's not like a one and done guy.
Yeah. There's obviously going to be a few of those, but yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Going to get to a few that have transferred out from the Gophers. First one being Malachi Coleman, a guy that it's a big receiver. He's 6'5", 200 pounds, like it says there. He had the big catch against Northwestern. He didn't get much runway this year. I think he would have had a bigger role next year, obviously. Maybe not with the Perry Thompson signing, but Coleman, he hasn't had much interest from everything that I've heard so far. So maybe there's a chance you get him back for another year, but I wouldn't bank on it. He'll probably end up going to a smaller school to be that wide receiver 1 somewhere. And then we'll skip down to Fame Ejeboy. He was one of the first guys on the team to transfer out. It was actually before the bowl game. I haven't heard anyone. I've looked it up a few times. I don't think anyone's really reached out to Fame. Teams will. He had a good year, especially when Taylor was down for us. But yeah, nothing really popping for him. And then one of our interior offensive linemen, Reese Tripp, big dude. Look at that, 6'7", 345 pounds. I don't know much about if he's had any interest, but it's just another one. And then the speedster Kendrick Lanier. I haven't heard anything so far, so you never know about these three right here. But either way, one thing we talked about going into this offseason, we needed to rebolster the tight end room because you lost your top two guys, and that's exactly what they did. From Oklahoma, Caden Helms, big dude, 6'5". He's a great pass catcher. I don't think he had a ton of runway this year. Actually, I'm pretty sure he has 2 years of eligibility as I pull up his thing right now. Yeah, 2 years of eligibility. He was a 4-star recruit coming into the 2022 class. 35 yards and 1 touchdown last year on 5 receptions, and he only played in 8 games. So, yeah, didn't have the runway, but he's going to be our starting tight end right now. And actually, this is probably pretty good because obviously the number 1 recruit in Minnesota, Roman Voss, you and I watched him at the state playoffs. He's going to be probably our second tight end coming in next year. So it's good to get a guy above him, I'd say, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's still time, too, so we'll see how the rest plays out.
Yes. Yeah, definitely still a lot of time that they could add
another.
someone else. Yeah. All right, next one, defensive tackle, 3-star Naquan Crowder, 6'3", 320. This was another area where you needed to get back because your top 4 defensive tackles all either transferred or I think all of them actually graduated or going to the draft.
Yeah.
But Naquan Crowder from Marshall, he had a really, really fantastic year. Had a 76.3 overall PFF grade, but his run defense ranked like top in the nation at an 83.4. He has 2 years of eligibility left. But yeah, either way, last year in the Sun Belt, in 11 games played, 26 total tackles, 3 TFLs, 1 sack, 3 QB hurries, 11 pressures, 1 forced fumble, and 1 pass defense. So he's more of a run stopper, but he can pressure the quarterback a few times. But he's just a huge dude, big dude. He's going to solidify that middle very well for this Gophers defense. And then the last 4 here, we got a quarterback, Liberty's backup quarterback last year, Michael Merdinger. I don't know much about Michael Merdinger a lot. I mean, he's not going to come into play unless obviously Drake gets injured in some capacity or way. So not a lot to really talk about there, I'd say. Just a backup quarterback for next year, which I don't think he actually played. So I don't think there's many stats to go off of either. But you needed to get your backup because Jackson Kolak, he transferred out. But I don't know if he's had any interest or anything. So that's another one where we don't really know, but stuff will come out. And then the 2 last ones, we got another running back, our backup to Darius Taylor, Jaron Thomas. He had really no runway with Purdue, but that's because this was his freshman season, and he actually has 4 years of eligibility left. Jaron Thomas does, so he's a good size, and he's a speed running back, 6 foot, 210 pounds. But he had 2 carries in 1 game's played, and then I think he redshirted the rest of the year. So 2 carries for 15 yards, so 7.5 yards per carry. I mean, come on, that's like top level right there.
That's like D0 level.
D-1. 3-star recruit. That's an exciting one. You're back up to Taylor because Taylor will probably get injured sometime next year. So, either way. And then our last one on the list, Andrew Marshall, our transfer linebacker from Elon. This one's an exciting one too. Again, not just a 1-year thing, 2 years left for Andrew Marshall. And you never know, maybe some of these guys go to the draft or something, but either way, 2 years left. Last year in the MAC, he had in 12 games played, 61 total tackles, 3.5 TFLs, 1 sack, 3 quarterback hurries. And that was his first full year. So like I said, 2 more full years out of Andrew Marshall, but he's going to be right next to Maverick Baranowski, right in the middle. So I very much like what PJ is doing right now in the transfer portal. And if there's any way you could keep Coy, I'm going to start getting excited about next year because we went over the schedule. We're not going to right now again, but the schedule is doable in many ways. You have a few tough games, and obviously so much can change, but you have what we would call a doable schedule for next year. Could be a fun year, especially if Drake can take that next step and get the ball out in those big games instead of holding on to it in games against Ohio State and Iowa. Those were terrible games. Yeah, there is your portal update for the Gophers. PJ Fleck making moves. Yeah, a lot of good stuff going on. And you're not losing a lot of guys. I mean, it goes back to PJ being such a great quarterback, or not a quarterback, just a player's coach. Cares about the players. I know they treat their families well when they're
off
there.
The field, yeah. Well, off the field too, we're always on the like average GPA or however they go off it. I know the Gophers football team is always like academics. We're always like one of the top colleges, and like for every college football team, we're always at the top there, or one of the top teams.
I will say too, the Gophers did hire Brian Nardo as a senior defensive assistant to kind of head that defense next year too. Last year he was Charlotte's safeties coach, and before that he was Oklahoma State's defensive coordinator. Yeah, so he's been around. He's had jobs all the way up from 2004. He was at Ohio's like graduate assistant job. That's kind of when he started his coaching journey. But he's been at Youngstown State, Oklahoma State, Charlotte, and a couple others, Ohio State. Nice. Yeah, a good hire, but yeah. Either way.
And we brought in Mo Ibrahim for a running backs coach role. I think it's like an assistant. Yep. And then I know
Are you sure it's not the full running back coach?
Yeah, I know it's an assistant.
It is
From what I read, it's like I don't think he's like the main guy. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's like an assistant. But regardless, like he could very well bring him up because Marion too is one of our linebackers coaches. Well, he actually might be the main guy now. I think he may have got like the main linebackers job.
I hadn't heard about that
this year's season for Sorry Marion.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry Marion was like coaching like plenty of times I saw him, or I shouldn't maybe say plenty, but a couple times at least where I saw, right where it's showing Fleck or whoever on the sideline, and then you can like see Sorry Marion. Like he was always like a great communicator too, like right next to our Fleck or whatever. So I think he plays a big part in just like communications, or the offense was changing on play, doing all the hand signals and all that. So it's just cool to see because now you got Fleck entering. I think this upcoming year will be year 10 already, which has gone super quick.
It's crazy.
Years. But now you're seeing the players now turning into coaches, and you kind of see that turnover, which is like just really cool.
The guys that want to come back
or the guys that are just having good careers in the NFL too. Flex guys. So it's just fun, like having that connection with a coach that's been around for that line. So
And I forgot a couple. There's like a couple 2-stars that don't show up on the 247 page. I'll go through them real quick here. But one of them is no, like the website, the 247.
Yep.
This one I'm super excited about. They brought in safety Malachi Smith from Lehigh. Obviously Lehigh is, I'm pretty sure, either Division II or FCS, either way. But this dude was a complete beast. He's a 6'2", 210-pound safety, 2 years of eligibility, 56 total tackles, 4 interceptions last year, 7 pass defenses, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble return for a touchdown, and a half TFL. Either way, he's a big hitter in his report. I forgot to mention that one because I'm excited. Yeah, he may be a 2-star, but I think that has to do with being such a small school back at Lehigh. Either way,
I was gonna say great. If you're a 2-star, if you're a 3-star, 4-star, well, the 4-star you're gonna get the attention, right? Because everyone's gonna expect to see big results. But like, how many? I mean, if to really kind of like, obviously, typically, right, 3 stars are gonna pan out better than 2 stars, and 2 stars are gonna be better than 1 typically. Obviously, That's no surprise. But I mean, if you really do a deep dive, almost every Fleck recruit that he's had that has been drafted or have been like, maybe they're not starters, but they're still like a good depth player for whatever NFL team of guys that, you know, are still a highly sought out, undrafted, like free agent guy. Any Gophers player, majority of them, like probably 90% are 3 stars. I mean, Winfield was a 4-star, obviously. I think Bateman was a 4-star. But if you exclude a handful of people, almost every player from the Gophers that's a Fleck guy is a 3-star player. So, like, sure. I mean, as long as you're in the right, if you join the right scheme and you put the work in and and all that, I mean, a 2-star can still be key. And you never know, right? You could get banged up with injuries, and you might have to rely on that 2-star player.
But that's the thing. Like, he may be a 2-star player, but the stats show it. He's a heck of a player, and I think most likely he will be starting. If Coy doesn't come back, he'll have Coy's position there in the back of the defense because, the stats back it up. He's all over the place for Lehigh last year, and he has 2 more years of eligibility. So, very positive things there. And then the Gophers also got 2 kickers. One of Michigan's old kicker who has 1 year of eligibility left, Beckham Sunderland, and then Utah State's transfer kicker / punter Zachary Robbins. He has 3 years of eligibility. Either way, both of these guys don't actually kick. They're more of like a kickoff specialist from all I see. I think the Michigan dude will be making your kicks next year, and probably the Robbins. I don't know the situation. I haven't read into it, but
I kind of forgot about that whole thing. Yeah, the kicker thing is. We've had some reliable kickers most of Fleck's years, but this was easily not to knock on the kid or whatever. But I mean, from the expectations, or not expectations, just the kickers we've had. It was definitely a bit of a letdown, but
it definitely was. But that's it. That's all our transfers that we've brought in. PJ's doing a fantastic job. He's probably not done. He'll probably make a few more before we make another episode. But either way, we haven't lost a lot of kids, retained a lot. It's going well for the Gophers right now, and we'll have more content about it soon. But that's really all we have here for today's episode. So unless you have anything else, Trev, but
no, I think that was a good one. Good recap.
Always love a good recap. Obviously, tomorrow is the NFL playoff starting. We'll have some stuff on that. If you haven't, go check out the poll on Instagram from yesterday's snake draft, and we will get a winner on that probably at the end of today. I forget how long the poll is up there on the Instagram story, but either way, go check that out, guys. And make sure you go follow the Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, and YouTube. Keep this thing growing. Loving the support. Leave a comment. We'll get some more listener GM questions going. We have a few ready to be shot out. But keep commenting questions and opinions on the show on any of the platforms. But for that, today, Twin City Sports Talk. For Trevor and Bruce, we will see you tomorrow.